So I come in here and he gave me this leaf vac to go on his unit, and it's a mess. There's the liner out of it. I'm gonna get a new liner cut and cut the holes in it. And this is all, well, it's not really round anymore. I'm gonna have to fix that. And all the bolts were broken off in the engine, and I had fun with them, as you usually do. Well, one of them came out with the reverse drill bit. One of them I had to use actually this one didn't work, the regular easy out. It was this little kind of squarish one with the edges on it. That one actually worked. But this one here, I had problems. I welded one nut on, you build it up with weld a nut on there, and you try it, well, I broke a couple nuts and then finally got it with the third try. So we got them all out. So I messaged him and said, it's fixable, so we can fix it. So I will get down to it in a little while. But this is another fine mess I gotta fix on it. Besides the liner and the bolts and who knows. But this is really a cool patch. Well, I'll finish later. Okay, I think I'm gonna start by fixing the patch. Kind of weird patch, as we know. Let's see, let's get it right here. Start by I already marked the center, so I'm just gonna kind of squish this on here. Can't go too tight. Make sure it kind of lines up the center marks. Tighten it up more afterwards. I want this to be nice and tight up here. I'm just going to start tacking it on. pushing it and getting it shaped. A little nicer. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm just going to continue on with that. And then I'm going to add a strip and continue on. And I'll show you more later. So I got this patch done here. I ended up making some weird pieces of metal. You guys saw me put the first piece in the middle here, and then I welded another piece to it. It was sticking out straight. What I had to do is make a bunch of slots so I could make it bend around, and then I just tapped it in and welded it on, ground the welds off. Now we have a nice patch. So I guess our next thing to fix on this mess would be this piece. Let's get it up here and get it in the camera view better. So this piece here is just all out of whack. It is no longer round. It is no longer flat. It's just a mess. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to strap this to the bench to make it flat. And see how round it is? Not flat. So I'm going to clamp it flat, and then I'm just going to beat it back to round. I don't want to do everything on the video, stuff flying all over, you know, it's a mess. So I'm going to beat on that for a while, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so we're clamped down on the bench. So it's kind of flat there. And I got it almost round. A few more whacks, and I think I'll have it. And that's bent too. Wait. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to try on that one a little bit. Well, like I said, I don't think it's pretty round though, it's not bad. Okay, we're looking better. That'll do for round. I wonder how it got flatter. Before it was sticking up probably like that. It got flatter just by making it rounder. So if I bolt it up, it'll be okay. I can do it a little bit more, give it a little tweak this way. Let's see. What do you think? Is that close enough to round? I think that's close enough to round. So we're done with that part for now. I can pry that with a pry bar a little bit more and get that lid so it goes down to where it belongs. And then the switch, the safety switch will work also once I do that. So we're almost done with that part. Okay, so now we're back to this leaf loader mess. I got that all patched and touched up and everything ready here. Just needed a new liner. Remember what the old liner looked like? It was this rusty piece of crap that was worn through all over. So I dug this big sheet of metal I had over in there. I dug that out of there and got the plasma cutter out and hacked the new one. And of course it's got square holes, so I had to drill them and then file them. And okay, this thing's ready to install. I gotta get set up and start doing it. Okay, so we'll try to get a little bend in this thing, get it jammed in there. And then I can put a whole bunch of clamps on it. If I can get it in there, that is. Like this. you kind of get the idea. I'm just going to continue working this. I'm going to take a hammer and smack it around, and then I'm going to get clamps all the way around, and we'll bolt this thing in there, and I'll come back to you. We're going to get this thing together soon. Okay, so now I've worked my way. I started over here until I got the bolts in, and then I just walked to clamp, and hammer, and make sure it's all nice and flat in there. And I had to pry it up at one point and get it centered in there. And now what I'm going to do for these square holes, instead of fighting with them with a file, I'll take a little drill bit. Into each corner. And then I do the 5/16 in the center, and there's a square hole. So we're almost done for tonight, getting the liner in. It's nice and tight. So all I gotta do is finish drilling, and I think tomorrow we're gonna be putting this baby together. So stay tuned. Okay, so we have our liner off to the left. We have our fan. We have everything done here. Let's see. We have our bag of new bolts. Let's get the hardware out. And nuts and lock washers. We have repaired all the damage. This fan, he's got some wear on it, but it'll work for him for a season or two. I had to get the bolts out, of course, that were stuck in there. Broken off in there. And then off camera just a minute ago, I took a tap and cleaned all the threads. So let's get this thing stuck on here. I finished putting the liner in and everything last night. This is as big a job as I ever can. These big things don't like to work with me anymore. But I'm doing it for the guy. He's somebody I've known a long time. Nice. We're going good here. And you know, in the process, I did little things off camera, like resharpen it and straighten his leaf chopper. We're getting there. Wait till you see what I gotta put this on. It's going on a big trailer outside here. I'm going to put a little spot of weld on the washers too, but the holes aren't real terrible. I don't know if I should or not. I'll think about it. I probably should. The lock washers grab and not put loose ever. Right here. Here. The other ones in the bottom that hold it to the frame. And you always want to put all of the bolts in, because some of them and you won't get the other some lined up half the time. Oh, there's a nut back there and some stuck in it. Might have more issues here. I think that one's got a bolt broken off in it. We'll find out. A little bit here. It's threaded, so I can actually use shorter bolts on those. I gotta go find 3 more short bolts. And well, you got the basic idea. We're getting this thing back together, and I'll show you what it goes on soon. Okay, we got our bolts all set up here. Everything lined up. All the threads are clean. I think we're gonna do this now. Okay, that should do the trick. Fan. Oh, I guess. Okay, the key in the fan. Yes, the key is in the fan. We're good there. We are touching the screw heads. I think I need a spacer someplace. Or I'm going to take the washer off. I think the washer does that. It's touching though. Or is something bent here? I don't know. Or does it need a little spacer? Okay. More fun. I think I got a spacer for that. I'll go look. Okay, so I found 1-inch spacers. Put one on, we'll see what happens. I don't want to take the washers and everything off. The holes are a little bit messed up, so I want to kind of hit that. And one does the trick. At least I think so. Now for the little spacer, the little chopper in the bolt washer. We'll tighten it down and make sure it still moves freely. Beautiful. So we put one spacer in and we're fine, we got plenty of clearance. Now, we can throw this back on that I had to beat into submission again. Fits pretty nicely, and like I said, there's plenty of clearance inside, so we're all good. This thing's coming together. I'll bring you back when it's all zapped together, and then I'll show you what it's going on. So I had to aim the tube that way, but this thing is completely done, screwed all together. I showed you the fans in there, everything straightened out, everything went well. So, but there's one problem. We got 41 inches from the floor to there. But out here, this is what it's going on. I've been telling you all through the video. I'm going to show you what it goes on. Well, okay. See this big trailer with the box on it? Well, that's a dump box. And this was the old leaf floater. It was bigger, this unit, but this thing was trashed. The fan, the impeller, trashed. The engine looked like it was in a flood. There was rust in it. It's a big engine. It's like a 27 or 28, whatever. It's a big tube and that over there. But we have to mount our new one onto here and get rid of that one. But this is 70 inches up to the hole. And then I have to make an angle plate on the end of my tube, so that dump body comes down and seals the two flat plates together. So we still have work ahead of us. This is going to be a fun project, but so is the rest of it. It was all a mess. We're getting there. I'll bring you back when I start figuring out the table. But we got my drawing. Ooh, awesome drawing. That's the leaf loader, 41.5, but we need 70 inches. So we got to build a table. So we'll get to that. Okay, I think I have just enough battery left to do this, but I am now to this point. I built a little table, of course, and I bolted it on, and I made the new end piece on the angle, which needs to be solid welded yet, but I'm going to ensure that it is perfectly lined up with that one, and then we'll have something. I'll do a shorty after. Okay, so now I am almost done with this monster job here. I got my table on here and bolted in right to the beams, and the wood is not real good. It's like rotten, so I had to put extra metal angles in and all that stuff. The guy says, oh, it runs. Well, it didn't run. And I had to tear the carb off and clean it. And let's see. Here's what we got here. Yeah, it runs. I'm not even going to bother choking it and messing with it. But I got her all done, and I'd say it's a success. I got one more little thing to do, which is hook up a charge wire to the battery. Okay, I just got to do one of it running. I did all these other short ones. It's completely done now. It has got a new battery, a charge wire, I got the door open. Let's try to mouse that in there. Leave. And now that we sucked them up, we know that we can just hit the button and dump them off. See how that opens right up? It's kind of a nice setup. Let her back down. Boom, there it is, on the money. All right, that's the job.